Okay, we'll keep it a little bit longer. We'll finish then with Colin Beveridge, and he's got a little surprise. For those of you who've been before and have seen some of the random slide challenges, will know of a particular set of slides. I won't say any more, I'll just introduce you to Colin Beveridge. Yeah, get up!
When you are, Richard, please. Ready, go. I'm worried about the random rabbits. I said random rabbits, madam, don't get too excited. They were the rising stars in the firmament of BettaKultcha, and then they disappeared just like that. And Richard Mickey said, we put the rabbits out to grass. And I thought, well, surely BettaKultcha have ever given the best grass that the Lord could provide. And they're really enjoying themselves somewhere in a leafy meadow, doing what comes naturally. And what rabbits do best, allegedly. But if you look at this image, no matter how doe-eyed she looks at him, he's not going to give way. But I thought, good luck to him. And then a comment from either Tim Chap said, we killed the rabbits off. I thought, have they ended up in the Tim Chap family casserole? They're not in some leafy meadow. Or maybe there's been a little deal done with a guy who wrote gourmet, and they're now a campfire delicacy, cooked with some lemon thyme, some garlic, and shallots, and a few mushrooms, over a slow fire, and just a sip of Guinness gravy. Or maybe there was an even dirtier deal done with a big cat keeper at Flamingo Land. Those tigers are sneaky buggers, you know. They wear leopard print pyjamas, and our rabbits wouldn't last 30 seconds with those beasts. So I got on the internet, I did my research. Are they alive, are they dead? Could find no evidence. I found some imposters over at flickr.com. Nobody knew what was really going on, well, apart from the people at Menwith Hill. If anybody knows what's going on in this country, Menwith Hill knows it. And they provided me with some very secret footage from one of their stealth drones, which showed that the random rabbits are being held hostage by TV magician Paul Daniels and the lovely Debbie McGee. But they're being kept in conditions that would embarrass even a supermarket egg producer. They're being groomed for some sort of magic spectacular, probably the Queen's Jubilee or the Olympics or some other jamboree like that. But they're in a high security camp. So I went to the Ministry of Defence and said, what can we do about this? And they were useless. The best they could offer me was a parachute with a vaulting horse, apparently. So I thought, Navy SEALs, Obama. I could only get his voicemail. Some of these rabbits are already getting so crazy that they're jumping over the perimeter fence. And if you look closely, that perimeter fencing has been sold by Ken Bates. There's nothing this man wouldn't sell. So I think, taking a leaf out of Emma Sutton's book, it's down to a volunteer. There's got to be a mission to rescue the random rabbits. So I'm looking for volunteers, ladies and gentlemen. We need the proper clothing. We need some sort of camouflage. We can't just walk in there with a couple of sacks and we can bring the rabbits home. We're going to have to be prepared. We're going to need the right equipment, the right clothing, and maybe a little bit of proper makeup. I don't know what we would do. No experience necessary, but it helps if you can speak a bit of rabbit. And here's a sample. Have we got that? Good. We're going to maintain the element of surprise by using this French military vehicle. It'll hold 15 SAS troopers in full combat gear. And when we're done with it, it's the biggest jelly mould in the world. I must confess, I'm going to ask some of you ladies to dress up as bunny girls, because I know what that Paul Daniels is like. He's a bit of a slippery character, but he's got an eye for the ladies. And I'm going to need some really strong chaps, because some of these rabbits are a real armful. Not you run-of-the-mill, flopsy-topsy and mopsy. These creatures, big buggers. And, of course, this time of year, the weather could be against us. By this time next week, we could be arse deep in snow, as my wife may remark from time to time, and these rabbits could be half dead. We could be dealing with hypothermic bunnies. That's why I block booked all the dryers at the Cardigan Road laundrette, just round the corner. We can get these rabbits back to normal body temperature in no time at all. I will need some contributions at the back, please. Anybody that's got any spare 20p pieces tonight, please leave them at the door. During rehearsals, we did try experiments with hair dryers, and the results were not good. It was not so much a random rabbit, more like Rasta rabbit. But it does show, ladies and gentlemen, you can make a story up out of 20 slides, all about rabbits. Thank you.
Colin Beveridge! Yeah, there's a little backstory there actually. We used to have this random slide challenge that Richard put together, which was just of rabbits, and I think 2 people attempted it and they both died. So I said we're never having those slides again. Colin obviously thought, I'll take them on, I'll do a proper presentation with it. So that's fantastic, thanks Colin. He obviously had to add some more slides to it. Right.